Hi everyone. Hope you're having a brilliant Saturday, June 20th, 2020. Something very amazing is going on. Did a reading last night for today. There's big things going on today. I'm sitting here just tickled at the way things happen and the synchronicities. Oh, you just can't even make this crap up. You just couldn't. There's just no way. And I'm thanking Gabriel and Adonai for leading me to this morning. Why? You know, it's something I kind of noticed last night during the reading, a little bit more after the reading, because I always go back and watch the reading again after I've uploaded it, so I make sure I understand fully what they're trying to tell us. And I am awestruck right now. This was the reading I uploaded for Divine Needle, Age of Aquarius, Spiritual Path. And even in the video I mentioned, it's interesting that others that are like me, that have contact with the angels, ETs, Sumerian gods, yeah, we all, or many of us, took a hiatus for a while. That's because it was time for a respite to move on with our destinies. And suddenly we're all coming back center stage. Well, I can tell you why that happened. And I suspected it last night. It went through my head. I was like, why? It's interesting that the synchronicity of this occurring. I'm just completely blown away this morning. I want you to take a look at some things. This day, mark my words, goes down in history. Why? Because we just entered the age of Aquarius. Let me lead you down a path. I'm just, wow. Okay. This was my reading. Got the Lover's card, got the Rogue, the Wheel of Life, and the Healer card. They have their individual meanings based on the tarot. But there was a lot more, and this has happened before in readings they've given me. Sometimes they put these cards out because they want me to decipher what they're trying to tell me. Yeah, all I have to do is pay a little more attention sometimes. Yeah, hit me with a brick, right? Anyway, you see up here the Holy Grail. You also see symbolism of what they call the lovers. That is the original twins. Now, there's a lot more going on with twins, but we'll talk about that at a later time. I will show you what I know about the twins. Anyway, in this reading, I point out a couple of things that I noticed. Let me see where it is in the reading, where I pick it up and start talking about it. There we go. Okay. The card right underneath the Lover's card is the Ten of Orbs, also known as the Dynasty. That was a clue. The Lover's card itself has that tree too, which I end up pointing out during the reading. I'm like, this is interesting here, you know, some synchronicity going on with the imagery of the cards. And I had just been talking about the Mayan calendar and when does the Age of Aquarius start. And a good friend of mine, she said, you know, some people are saying that it's June 21st based on their calculations is when the actual Mayan calendar ended. That ending marks the end of the age of Pisces, the end of the age of Adonai, the end of the age of the Fisher of Men. Okay? And that is the beginning of the age of Aquarius when that Mayan calendar ends. But there's so much debate about when this ends. Well, me and my team are here to tell you exactly when the Mayan calendar ends and the age of Aquarius begins. I'm so blown away. Because you're not going to learn the truth down here. You have to reach to them. You have to ask why. So I'm reaching to my higher self and Gabriel and Adonai, and I get answers. I'm just blown away. Anyway, the dynasty. They were trying to tell me the dynasty. Okay? The Holy Grail's here too. Now, this reading, I mentioned, this card eerily reminded me of the Mayan calendar tablet. And I mentioned it during the reading. I was like, this is interesting. This looks kind of like, the Mayan calendar a bit. Okay, yeah. All right. And this card just happens to be the Wheel of Life, Key 10 in the Major Arcana. The Sphinx, Destiny Turning. Dynasty being a new dynasty. Okay? A new dynasty. Because the wheels turned into, guess what? Look what is on either side. And they picked these cards for a reason, because the Aquarius symbol shows up on this side of this card, and the Aquarius symbol shows up on this side of that card, because they're trying to tell us we start the age of Aquarius hot damn today. I'm just so blown away. That's what they were trying to tell me. And this is the goddess. This is the star card. This is Aquarius. This is the Hopi prophecy. Look it up. The water bearer, Naughty Beaver, was telling everybody that in the Hopi prophecy it's somebody with the sign of Cancer. No, sir. The water bearer is Aquarius. The genius in the Hopi prophecy is Aquarius. Anyway, Thank you, Gabriel and Adonai, for the insights this morning that led me to look at that video again, to remind myself of today's reading, so that I would be able to tell you all that the beginning of the age of Aquarius is indeed today. Now, let me show you some other things that are mind blowers and tie all of this together. I'm wowed. I'm beyond wowed. This is so crazy. Okay. This happened on the 19th. This is a celebration of a release from slavery, an Emancipation Day for African Americans yesterday. What's fascinating is when we step into the age of Aquarius, that is the beginning of all of you being released from slavery. You are on a slave planet, a prison planet. All of you have been enslaved. Every single one of you. Even the ones working for the virus. So they're very close. Today is the real Emancipation Day. Today is the age of Aquarius beginning. And that's what Gabriel and Adonai were trying to tell me in those cards. I'm just completely awestruck. Now, I started doing a little more hunting. Because I was like, I know there's more. My telepathy and my gut, my intuition was telling me, there's more, there's more. They want me to know more. So I started hunting June 20th. What does June 20th mean to you and me? Oh, yes, here we go. Saturday, June 20th. An annular solar eclipse will occur on the 21st. That is the sign in the sky. The ring of fire. Solar eclipse. Happens tomorrow. Interesting, right? It's also June 20th. Also happens to be, guess what? The summer solstice. Yeah, that's right. The summer solstice. There's some other interesting things that have happened on June 20th. They really wanted me to know this date. They wanted me to know the numerology as well. In 1782, U.S. Congress adopts the Great Seal of the United States. That is the eagle. That is Gabriel. That is Enlil in the Sumerian text on the seal. And you can look at Hopi prophecy and what they think about the arrows in the eagle's talons and the significance behind what the eagle has got its claws grasp on, okay? Anyway, we'll go into that some other day. In 1787, the Federal Convention moves to call this place the United States. That's significant. This one kind of pops out to me because it crosses the Atlantic. The reason the sea is called the Atlantic Sea is because that is the location of Atlantis, or it used to be. It's funny because what separated Uriel and myself now was just happened to be the Atlantic. Very odd, right? More on that in a future video. Queen Victoria in 1837 succeeds to the British throne. A lot of interesting things. The state of Virginia is admitted as the 35th U.S. state in 1863. Virginia, the Virgin. All you have to do is see the synchronicities and look at follow the dots. There's more. I'll probably miss other little tidbits. (1942) the Holocaust. Some people escaped the Auschwitz concentration camp. A lot of interesting things happen this day. I'm trying to see if there's anything I'm missing. I'm sure there will be. As I scroll by, you guys might pick up on some things that I might miss. Interesting people on the birthdays for this day. Very interesting. I'll probably kick myself later for cruising through these names too quickly. Oh, Anne Murray. (1945). You know, I've told you guys what the name Anne means. It's a rather big deal. Anyway, I'll dig into those. The deaths might be interesting too. The Russian prince died. Yeah, I have a feeling that there's some information in there, but I'm going to probably miss it because I'm going to move on to show you a little more besides the fact we're going. The solar eclipse marks the beginning of the age of Aquarius. And this talks about historical events. that happen, and they're parroting what I just showed you on Wikipedia, pretty much, about the bald eagle becoming the symbol of the United States in 1782, and in 1787 this became the United States. So then I got the telepathy, the code 620. This is where I went, oh wow. Gematrix.org. The code 620. Understanding, Excalibur, questioning, murmur. Teleportation, lost soul, Lucifer, son of God. Well, what's interesting? Lucifer is Lucy. Where all humans, Lucy, the one they found in Africa, the bones, remember? Yeah. Everybody came from her. It's interesting because all of you that have a spark of the goddess inside of you, yeah, you all came from her, all right. She is Lucy. That's why they named her Lucy, Lucifer. It's the goddess. And I really could care less what other people are telling you, because what you're going to get here is the sword of destiny, truth and clarity. That's my mission. Always was, always has been, and still is. Then they talk about the Sphinx. It's interesting because the Sphinx ties in to this card. That's them making sure that I understand that to pay attention to that card. The Sphinx, destiny turning. Yeah, it is. Because today's the age of Aquarius. I'm so excited. Holy cow, you have no idea. Anyway, let's go back to Gematria. The Sphinx, A. Mary Magdalene. 4 diamonds, realize. The last blood moon. Syrian, Queen X. Lost soul. Operation Rose. The 4th kind. Syrian Queen X. I had something I was holding back on showing everybody, but today's the day. Because you'll find out why they're calling me the Syrian Queen X. Operation Rose. Because this is the beginning of Operation Rose. The rose represents the goddess. The Holy Spirit, Mary Magdalene. A.K.A. Inanna. A.K.A. Lucifer. A.K.A. a whole lot of other things. Artemis. Each one of us has a whole bunch of names, as we found out with Gabriel and Adonai. So, I'm just, yeah. Mutations out of sight. Ophius. Pacific. Trying to see if there's anything else here. haven't looked at the rest of this code. I probably will after I'm done with this video. But there's something I need to tell you that I haven't talked about yet. Back a couple of weeks ago, not quite, 2 weeks ago. It was actually last week. I had my hair put up in a ponytail because I was working, doing domestic stuff around the house. My hair is long, it'll get caught and stuff, so I always put it up. Or not always, but yeah. I happened to have it up, and I was sitting in the office chair, and I bent over, just kind of stretching my lower back. So I had myself bent completely over with my butt still in the office chair. And Mel was sitting at his desk next to me, and he's like, "What's this on your neck?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I don't know, it's like a birthmark or something." I'm like, "I don't know, take a picture of it." And I've noticed some sort of a red mark on, or discoloration on the back of my neck before, but I didn't think anything of it. Anyway, he took a picture, and I'm like, I was looking at it, and I'm like, no, it has perfectly straight lines all the way around. All the way around it. Perfectly straight lines. And it's the shape of a pyramid. A tall angular pyramid with the top cut off. Like the capstone's missing, but it's upside down on my neck. I'm like, what the hell is that on my neck? Perfectly straight lines. Looks like an upside down pyramid with the capstone missing. And I was like, well, an upside down triangle symbolically stands for the divine feminine. Fascinating. And I started my dig because I wanted to find out where or if there was a symbol that looks like an upside down pyramid with the capstone missing. Because I'm like, surely this has to mean something, because I pay attention to the things little things like that. They have significance usually. And let me see if I can find it. Nope. I was looking at some prophecy. I'll share that with all you guys later. Okay, here we go. I dug for an entire day trying to find that symbol, an upside down pyramid with the capstone gone. I looked through all the different books, grimoires, sigils, you name it. I didn't think I was going to find it. I looked everywhere. Didn't see anything. Just the divine feminine symbol of an upside down triangle. Well, I gave up for, I don't know, several days. And then I clicked on the tab where I had been. You see how I have tons of open tabs all the time. Gematrix.org tabs, other information. Like I said, my journey never stopped, my seeking never stopped, and man, do I have a lot to tell you. Anyway, so I finally found the symbol. And it showed up on this webpage. It's the only place I've seen it. I shared this webpage with you guys the other day. Sort of. Because I didn't want to completely give up the secret. Oh yes, the Mona Lisa, she has a secret, all right. Many secrets. Okay. The descent of a dove and the peace of Pentecost. Okay. Let me remind you, in the Sumerian text, both Enki and Inanna descend into hell, trying to help those stuck in hell. We've talked about the fact that you all are in hell because this is a prison planet. It didn't used to be, but it has been for many thousands of years. Enki, aka Archangel Michael, aka Jesus, was the last one to come here from a different dimension, incarnate to try to help save you all with the spark of the goddess in you. Him and I kind of tag team. It's a good way to put it. Along with Gabriel. He's working with the team now. He's worked with the team before. Not the first time. The symbol on the back of my neck that showed up. I found it. Right here. An upside down pyramid with the capstone missing. Well, I knew that the upside down pyramid shape or triangle represents the divine feminine. But look what we have here. A big giant A. Remember when I told you the name Anne? That's a thing. Or angel. That's a thing. The big A, right? Also, if you look at the Sumerian text I showed you in the last cuneiform on the tablet, where it talks about Inanna. And I showed you what that symbol was that represents God. Interesting, it's right here. And then the symbol on the back of my neck is right here. Upside down pyramid. Missing a capstone. And then the dove with the laurel in its mouth. The descent. Remember the Sumerian thing? The descent of Inanna? Not entirely accurate, but that happened. The descent of a dove. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm going to read this. Around the year 200, says Spear, purely Christian images began to appear. The 40 catacombs in and around Rome, along with the discovery of a house church in Dura Europus in Syria, dated to 240 AD, show how the earliest Christian art was not merely decorative, but intentionally devotional. Its purpose was not objective beauty, but an expression of faith. In the first decades of the 3rd century, genuine Christian art appears on seal rings, tombs, clay lamps, engraved gems, and in one instance, a marble statuette. 100 years after that, Christian art adorns belt buckles and Bible covers, plates and coins, intricate mosaics, and ornate crosses. Just as Christians portrayed Jesus as a shepherd, fish, anchor, or a lamb, the 5 images in this essay illustrate how the Holy Spirit was represented. By a dove. That upside down triangle on the back of my neck is the Holy Grail. Yeah, the cup. They're right. The cup is a bloodline. A very specific one. Happens to be my family line. The symbolism of the dove harkens back to when Noah sent a dove out from the ark to see if the floodwaters had receded. When the dove returned, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. In the book of Genesis. Peace and safety at last for all humanity. The age of Aquarius. Peace, safety, harmony, and love, and compassion for everyone. I'm going to be showing you all some things. They've tried to separate you by your race, by the color of your skin. You're all the same race. You're all beautiful, gorgeous shades of brown, all the way from the darkest dark chocolate to the lightest of creams. But you all have a spark of the goddess in you. You are all the same. And they're trying to separate you and keep you divided so they can keep you on the prison planet. Yeah, I have more videos to come on that. Big ones. Because, yeah, what I told you about this place, about them harvesting your energy, yeah, I can at least semi. Others have done some things that back up what I've told you. And it's further proof that what I told you is the truth. It always has been. I've never told anything but the truth. Ever. Since I started that channel. This channel. You know, this also stuck out. You know, I named my son Alexander. Yeah. So that stuck out. Anyway, peace and safety at last for all of humanity. Emancipation. Because I'm setting you free. You know that one of the songs in the playlist is Pink. song's name is What About Us? Near the end of the song, she says, I don't want control. I just want to let go. That's me. That's how I feel. I just want you all released from bondage, from the endless loop of incarnation that you all have been experiencing, and the torture you have inflicted on you, and your memories being wiped. That's over. The old dynasty, you know, the virus is in its death throes. It's gotten rather desperate. But we'll use that to our advantage. Because you guys are going to be free, come hell or high water. So, anyway, yeah. The dove. The cup, the goblet. The one right here on this card. Right there. The Ace of Cups. Now you know why they're calling me the Syrian Queen X. Lost soul, Lucifer, son of God. A lot of people are confused about who's male and who's female, and a lot of things have been inverted down here. Well, the Son of God can also be female. And when they say God, they're talking about Anu. He's the one that gifted me the bull of the heavens, Uriel. Syrian Queen X. Because that church, where that symbol is at, is in Syria. So this code 620 was very relevant. Hey, Mary Magdalene. Very relevant for the beginning of the age of Aquarius. The Ring of Fire. Welcome to the age of Aquarius and your emancipation. Because we shall set you free. We need to work together. But it's going to happen. It's written in the stars, don't forget. We win. We always win. This isn't a huge day, everybody. A huge day. Welcome to the age of Aquarius. It's officially started. Anyway, lots of videos to come. Like I said, I've learned a lot. My search never stopped. And they're still leading me, helping me, my two birdies on my shoulder, guiding me to the info that I need to find so I can pass it on to you. Yeah, God does hide their prophets. Right in plain sight. Yeah. Love you guys. Out past the moon, the stars, the galaxy, the cosmos, and all that is, including this illusion you all have been living in. Because the only thing that really matters is love. It's the only thing that's real here. I think it's time to bring heaven to earth. Like in the story where Anana tries to bring heaven to hell. That's exactly what we're going to do.